For years, I lived a peaceful, if not slightly isolated life on the fringes of the Mahale Mountains. Nestled amidst an expansive forest, my home was a solitary respite from the grinding gears of the outside world. I'd heard tales, of course, stories whispered by locals about the chimpanzees who resided deep within the woods, intelligent beings who shared an eerie bond with their habitat. Yet nothing could have prepared me for the terrifying encounter that would come to define my life forever. The morning it began started like any other, with the tranquil chirping of birds and the gentle rustle of leaves greeting the dawn. I was walking along the familiar path that I often traversed during my morning strolls when I noticed it, the ominous silence that suddenly engulfed the surroundings. The sudden absence of sound was deafening. Each step I took seemed amplified, resounding through the forest like a forewarning drumbeat. I tried to shake off the uneasy feeling that crept over me, chalking it up to an overactive imagination fueled by the tales I had heard. Yet, as I ventured further, I noticed the forest had transformed. The usually vibrant flora looked almost sinister, as if hiding secrets in the shadows cast by the gnarled branches overhead. Then, I heard it. A soft, eerie hooting that echoed from deeper within the woods, followed by a series of complex vocalizations. My breath caught in my throat as I recognized the sounds. The chimpanzees were near. Frozen by the sudden surge of primal fear, I strained my ears, trying to gauge the distance between me and the unseen creatures. Each hoot, each cry seemed to be a call, drawing others in response. My heart raced, not from excitement, but an instinctual understanding that I was no longer alone. Before long, I saw them emerge from the shadows, their dark figures moving with an eerie grace that belied their strength. Their eyes bore into mine with an intelligence that seemed almost human, an intelligence that seemed to assess and calculate with a chilling coldness. I had read that Mahale chimpanzees were known for their complex social hierarchies and behaviors, but nothing I'd read prepared me for the organized, almost militaristic manner in which they approached. Before I knew it, I was surrounded. Panic surged through me as they closed in, their eerily human-like hands reaching towards me. I could feel their eyes, so much like ours, examining me with what felt like a cruel curiosity. My breath came in short gasps, each inhale tasting of the musty, animalistic odor that permeated the air around them. And then, they attacked. Their strength was astounding, each blow delivered with a force that seemed impossible for their size. I fought back desperately, but for each one I managed to push away. 2 more took its place. It felt like an eternity, an unending cycle of fear and pain as I struggled to protect myself from their onslaught. In the chaos, a fragment of rational thought surfaced. I realized that my only chance of survival was to try and break free from their encirclement. Gathering every ounce of strength left in me, I managed to push through, breaking free from the circle of death that seemed poised to consume me. I ran blindly, my entire being focused on escape. The forest that once offered solace now felt like a labyrinthine trap, each tree a potential hiding place for my pursuers. I don't know how long I ran. Time seemed to lose meaning in the face of the terror that fueled my flight. But eventually, I stumbled into a clearing, the sudden exposure making me realize that I had lost them, at least for the moment. Exhausted and battered, I collapsed, my breaths coming in ragged, painful gasps. I could feel the weight of my injuries, each one a testament to the horror I had just escaped. As I lay there, the realization of what had just occurred slowly sank in. I had come face to face with the primal, untamed force that resided in the depths of Mahale, a force that held no regard for human life, that saw me as nothing more than an intruder in their domain. Days later, as I nursed my wounds in the safety of my home, I knew that I could never return to the life I had known. The forest had revealed its true nature, a dark and primal place where survival was dictated by brutality and strength. And the chimpanzees, the beings who had almost ended my life, haunted my every waking moment. Their intelligent, calculating eyes seemed to lurk in every shadow, a constant reminder of the terrifying intelligence that resided just beyond the boundaries of my home. In the silence of the night, as I lay in bed, I I can't shake off the feeling that they are still out there, watching, waiting. A fear gnaws at the back of my mind, an understanding that the boundary between us and the primal forces of nature is thinner than we like to believe. And as you listen to this, know that what happened to me is not isolated, not contained within the boundaries of the Mahale forest. It's a reminder that we share this world with creatures who harbor an intelligence and a capacity for violence that we cannot fully understand. A warning that our safety is but an illusion, a fragile barrier that can be shattered at any moment, plunging us into a nightmare from which there is no waking. So the next time you find yourself alone in the midst of nature, listen closely. For the whispers of the forest carry tales not just of beauty and life, but of darkness and death. Tales that serve as a chilling reminder of the thin line that separates us from the untamed wild.